All right. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to the premiere of that last video. It was a tour of a bus we built actually 4 years ago. Actually, finished it almost 5 years ago now. We finished that in December of 2017. And that was a bus that came together just awesome. And we were super proud of it. And when Mr. Bauer reached out to me and told me that he was going to be selling it because he was retiring, I was like, man, if you could bring it by my shop so that we can get a tour of that before you part ways with it, that would be awesome. So he was kind enough to take me up on that offer and and brought that bus by. I don't think we mentioned in the video, but what he did for work was pretty exceptional. He is actually a contractor for FEMA, and what he would do is he would go out in his bus to disaster affected areas, usually after tornadoes, and he would live in his bus while he was helping people recover from these tornadoes, which, that's pretty admirable thing to be doing, if you ask me. He definitely had some crazy stories. I don't know if the chat thing's working on my end. I don't see anything, which is sad to me. Gosh, I'm not sure why there's nothing happening. Am I gonna have to do another video? I might. I'm still learning this apparently. So anyway, let me see if I can figure out what's going on. I have a feeling that Alyssa or somebody's texting me, telling me that I don't have the chat enabled or something. But yeah, people are chatting. I just can't see it. I'm gonna see if I can maybe refresh this or something, because unfortunately I just can't see any of these. It's like just blank on the side over there. Darn it, why is YouTube doing me dirty like this? And I'm in such a cool bus too at the moment that I would really want to be able to like share it with you. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like something's happening, but for whatever reason, it's not letting me see this. I'm gonna see if I can come back to this and maybe it'll work for me. Let's see. Let me just try this again. So bear with me. Things might get a little weird for a second, but hopefully not. So where I'm chatting with you all from right now is okay. Here we go. Is a really cool bus that I've got the chat back. I'm like doing some crazy toggling stuff. So I'm actually in a bus that we are basically finished with, and I'm out with the family that this bus belongs to, teaching them how all the systems and things work. And it's pretty awesome. So they're actually out getting some dinner right now, and I'm taking my break to join you all and answer some questions. So I can see the chat. Everything's great. And yes, that is behind me. That's a little bar that we built for this bus, which is pretty fantastic, with the backlighting and everything. This bus is really cool. It's a Crown Super Coach, which is a bus that try to wipe this camera off a little bit. A bus that was made in California from 1938 until 1991, with almost no changes at all to the design of the outside. So it's really rounded, and that was why these folks picked it. They kind of fell in love with the shape, and we did everything we could in the conversion to preserve that. So that's why there isn't a roof raise. We've kept all of the windows, and these windows are super unique. I don't know if you can see the way these work, but these windows actually drop all the way down. They're not split like a typical window in a school bus would be. Pretty amazing. So yeah, and this is a green bus that I've posted a couple pictures of the outside of. So it's an awesome bus. We're out here with the family. It's like a beautiful early summer evening. Anyway, so I don't have as much time tonight to answer some questions, but I've got probably another, 5 to 10 minutes. If any of y'all had questions about that last video and the bus that we featured in it, I'd be super happy to answer them. And if not, just have a great Sunday, and we'll catch you later. Or if you want to pick a topic and I can get on the soapbox and give you a rant, um, also happy to do that. But there will be, once we're done, with the tour or with the trials on this bus, there is going to be a tour that I'll be doing of the inside of this and show you some of the really cool custom features that we've built into it. It's definitely unlike any build that we've done. Well, none of our builds are really ever the same, but the aesthetic on this is super unique because we use one species of wood throughout all of it, which is this beautiful dark walnut, and really like maintained. It's almost like a cross. It feels like an old, maybe sailboat kind of aesthetic or something. So, um, yeah. And so I was fine, yeah, not doing a roof raise on this bus and in the one in the last video, because these two models of buses actually came with a ton of headroom. And we actually pulled this metal ceiling down, it's like 2,000 rivets, and spray foamed it and then reinstalled the ceiling, which was a really like kind of insane process because we couldn't damage any of the panels when we were removing them, and they're aluminum. And aluminum is a very soft metal if you're not familiar with it. So you can definitely use 16 instead of 18 gauge galvanneal. No problem there. It just weighs a little more. Nothing wrong with that. Those light strips, those were light strips on the other bus. Yeah, they're just LED rope lights. You can find all kinds of models of them just about everywhere. So here we go. Sources, companies, channels, groups down under like mine. I don't know anybody in Australia doing this type of work, unfortunately. So, but if you find someone, let me know. The internal height on that bus, we started at, I want to say it was like 6'5", and we ended up at 6'2" or 6'2.5". And same in this bus. The husband of this family, he's a tall fellow, so we really had to do everything we could to keep the interior height maximized while preserving insulation. So Mercedes bus parts, they're all serviced by a company called Detroit Diesel, so finding parts is actually pretty easy. So the Mercedes thing, I think a lot of people, like I said in the video, get afraid of that nameplate, but the truth is any diesel engine is expensive to fix. Those Mercedes engines just seem to need less fixing, so that's why I really recommend them. Yeah, it was a lot of work to remove the ceiling, and then we also painted it this awesome shade of white, and that was hard to get the finish correct on it because the light hits it in ways that are pretty unforgiving. So lots of hand sanding and taking into account that the original ceiling was never meant to look perfect anyways because it was a school bus. So anyway, Noah was asking what sorcery I used to make a bus build from 2017 relevant for 2022. Well, we try to make our builds timeless and serviceable. So obviously, Bob did his part on his end of the deal, and we did our part on our end of the deal, and here we are 5 years later talking about that. We have not spray foamed the bottom of a bus to avoid doing a roof raise. You can do it. You'll get marginal performance from it because the bottom metal floor pan is going to act like a perfect thermal bridge and draw heat and cold into the space. But you certainly can do it. You won't get perfect coverage because you have attachment points and things like that. So it's not going to be perfect. But nice. You've got the MBE 906. That's a great bus. Awesome bus. Bart, we're still working on the speedometer on this, man. We actually got the new speedometer, put it in, and it still isn't working. And I've been trying like all week to get a hold of tech support, and I don't know if they exist anymore. So the bus I'm sitting in right now is a 1990, but on the outside it looks like it's from the 60s. That's because they made the same model for about 40 years. Jim, I am skilled enough to reskin an aircraft. Maybe I would fly in a plane I built, but I've never done it. Let's see. I'm going to probably be signing off here in about 3 or 4 minutes. So anything else you got, just let a guy know, and we'll be out of here. Yeah, Bart, the speedometer is a bummer, man. So Bart was here with us. We were troubleshooting why the speedometer on this bus wasn't working. And we didn't figure it out. But Bart's Bart was able to hook us up with some really handy electrical troubleshooting tools that really helped a lot. So if you're interested in buying that bus that was in the tour, you can reach out to me. My email address is charlie@chromeyellowcorp.com. That's CHARLIE. And it's chrome like the metal, yellow like the color, corp like a corporation. And reach out to me. Their asking price is $95,000. I can tell you he's got more than that into it if you count all of the upgrades that he's done, those new tires, the Alcoa aluminum wheels. And it's got a clean bill of health literally from everybody who's ever looked at it. Everybody thinks it's an exceptional bus. So it's going to be time here for me to get my dinner order in. So I think I'm going to be bouncing out of here soon. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. That was a really fun video. Some work I'm really proud of. I'm going to have some more build videos coming out next week, followed by more live chats. Really appreciate all you folks choosing to spend your Sunday evening with me. This is something I look forward to all week, and it brings me a lot of joy. So get out there. I'm going to go stuff my face. Take care of each other and enjoy your buses. We will see you next week.